Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Random Thoughts. I am your humble DM, Tim, and today, a random thought that I've had a few times. Wouldn't it be awesome to play as a Mind Flayer? Now, I'm sure there are actually homebrew rules for this, but one thing that's always a pain is when you're joining a new group and you want to do something cool or something different, but they're always a little bit unsure about allowing homebrew stuff in. Well, here is a way that you can play as a Mind Flayer, and it is 100% official, and it comes from this book, Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. And if we turn to page 11 of Fizban, it has the rules for the gem Dragonborn. Now, I'm going to run through what the gem Dragonborn has. It is a medium humanoid, walking speed of 30 feet. You have a gem dragon ancestor granting you a special magic affinity. Choose one kind of dragon from the gem ancestry table. This determines the type of your other traits as shown on the table. Now, this is where you get your Mind Flayer from, because Emerald Dragonborns are psychic, which means that all of their abilities are based around psychic, including their breath weapon. So, when you make an attack action on your turn, you can replace one of your attacks, so you don't have to take an entire action. If you have multiple attacks, you can use your breath weapon attack as one of your attacks, as you emit magical energy in a 15-foot cone. Each creature in your area must take a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 1d10 damage of the damage type associated with your gem ancestry. Now, that to me sounds like a pretty mild version of a Illithid psychic blast. You know, you're shooting out a cone of psychic energy, much like the Mind Flayers do. And then on top of that, you have resistance to the damage type associated with your ancestry, so you're resistant to psychic, again. And then you have psionic mind, is just an ability that gem Dragonborn have. You can send telepathic messages to any creature you can see within 30 feet of you. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand these messages, but it must be able to understand at least one language to comprehend them, so you can telepathically communicate with certain creatures, sending their messages within 30 feet. Again, very much like an Illithid would. And then you have Gem Flight, which is a 5th level ability, which gives you the ability to fly for 1 minute, once per long rest, with the ability to hover as well. Again, much like an Illithid would. And so, realistically, all you're doing is just reskinning the Dragonborn to be an Illithid, and then you and your DM or you and your party can work out how this Illithid has come to be in your group, and it makes the role-playing opportunities absolutely phenomenal, what you're actually capable of doing. And because your psionic abilities aren't overly overpowered, like with your ability to use the breath weapon of the psionic blast, you don't necessarily have to be, well, you definitely wouldn't be, an older Mind Flayer. You could be someone who has just recently become a Mind Flayer but hasn't connected to the Elder Brain, so you're still managing to maintain your own personality, very similar to the way that it worked in Baldur's Gate 3. So if anyone out there is a fan of that and you really want to try playing someone infected with an Illithid tadpole or has been turned only just by an Illithid tadpole and has now just coming to terms, then pick yourself up an Emerald Dragonborn and have yourself an absolute whale of a time. And then, of course, you can add additional abilities using the feats. You've got the telekinetic and telepathic feats, of course, to give you even more abilities like that. If you want to keep on going with down the psionic route, you've got the new Psy Warrior. Well, not the new, but the Psy Warrior fighter class. You could always be a sorcerer and just, flavor your sorcery abilities as your psionic powers. There's, of course, the Psyblade Rogue. You could be a psionic monk. There's, a very angry psionic barbarian if you want to go down that road there. You could even be like a gnome Ceramorph, like the ones they have in Icewind Dale, making yourself a Mind Flayer Artificer. So when it comes down to it, reskinning an already existing class to be something else really does open up the role-playing abilities. So yeah, so if you're interested, check out in Fizzbands. It's on page 11, Gem Dragonborn. Get yourself an Emerald Dragonborn and start nibbling on those brains. But just wanted to share that with you. And until next time, everybody, I have been your humble DM Tim, and remember to keep on blending. Bye!